Fractions allow us to describe parts of a whole, but calculating them can be incredibly clunky. Trying to add or subtract values when their denominators don't match requires extra steps just to get them speaking the same language. We resolve this friction by taking the familiar base 10 system we already use for whole numbers and pushing it into the microscopic realm. We drop a single dot, the decimal point, to divide the whole numbers from the fractional pieces. To the right of that point, the place value grid steps down in exact powers of 10. The first spot is tenths, the next is hundredths, followed by thousandths, and so on. Every decimal is a base 10 fraction wearing a different mathematical disguise. Translating awkward fractions into this uniform base 10 language makes calculations immediate. You skip the search for common denominators and rely on the same patterns you already use for whole numbers to find exact measurements in the real world. Translating values between fractions and decimals starts with a straightforward rule. If your fraction already has a denominator of 10, 100, or 1,000, conversion is just a matter of counting zeros. This document outlines the method. Count the zeros at the bottom and move the decimal point in the top number that many places left. 1 0 and 7/10 means shifting one space to get 0.7. 3 zeros in 9,000ths means shifting 3 spaces, yielding 0.009. Sometimes, a problem requires working in the other direction, turning a decimal back into an ordinary fraction. Here is the 3-step process for 2.75. Step 1. Write the digits without the point for your numerator, 275. Step 2. Place that over a 1 followed by zeros equaling the decimal places, giving 100. Step 3. Simplify to 11/4. Being able to move in both directions means you can choose the format that makes a specific problem easier to solve. You might use decimals to handle a precise currency transaction, but find it simpler to flip back to fractions when it's time to divide a physical object into equal parts. Once you understand how to write decimals, you have to operate on them. Mathematical equations trigger two completely different behavioral states for the decimal point. The first is the static state, used exclusively for addition and subtraction. Before any static calculation can begin, you must apply the golden rule. Convert all unlike decimals into like decimals. This means ensuring every number in the equation has the exact same number of digits to the right of the point. You do this by generating placeholder zeros to the far right. Because they sit past the last true digit, adding these zeros doesn't change the value of the number at all. Look at this addition problem. By padding the numbers with zeros to have exactly 3 decimal places, the decimal point acts as an immovable anchor. It perfectly aligns the place values vertically, allowing you to add them exactly like whole numbers. This exact same vertical alignment rule governs subtraction. Converting 25.1 into 25.10 and anchoring the decimal points lets you subtract 9.84 cleanly, borrowing from the next column just like normal. In a static state, adding trailing zeros alters the physical footprint of the number on the page, but its true mathematical value remains perfectly intact. The rules change when we move to multiplication and division. These operations trigger the dynamic state, creating mathematical pressure that forces the decimal point to break its anchor and physically move. When multiplying a decimal by powers of 10, the value inflates. You count the zeros in your multiplier and shift the decimal point to the right that many places. Conversely, division deflates the value, shifting the point to the left. A more complex scenario arises when multiplying a decimal by another decimal. Here, the point temporarily vanishes from the equation altogether, while you multiply the digits as if they were standard whole numbers. To retrieve the correct answer, combine the total decimal places from both original numbers. 1.2 has 1 place, and 0.04 has 2, giving 3 total. We then shift the decimal point that exact distance leftwards in our final product to arrive at 0.048. This dynamic state allows us to bypass the messy process of multiplying fractions with unlike denominators. We rely instead on simple whole number arithmetic, followed by a calculated shift of a single dot. The final application of these mechanics appears during long division, specifically when two whole numbers refuse to divide cleanly and leave a remainder. Instead of stopping at that remainder, manipulate the dividend, attach a decimal point, and feed in trailing zeros to continue dividing. Finally, carry that newly placed point straight upwards into the quotient, locking in an answer of 3.75. This system is what we use to convert small units, like paise or milliliters, into larger ones like rupees and liters. It is how we maintain precision in daily transactions and measurements. Ultimately, the standard base 10 number system extends into the microscopic through this single point, governed by a set of rules that tell us exactly when to drop an anchor and when to shift the point.